Well, what do we have here? A wild triangle appears. Which way will it break? I don't know, but yeah, we can certainly have a look at the charts and have a look at targets either side when this does break out inevitably later on today. So what we have here at the moment is this obvious consolidation pattern, this pennant forming around the 40k, big psychological 40k level. Yesterday we had obviously this high. There was that attempt to push up into basically this liquidity up here. Wasn't able to get there. We weren't able to get the volume in. It hung around for a bit too long, had this deviation above this high, and then moved back down to the lows of basically this mini range that had formed yesterday. So you came back down to your lows. Again, deviate from the bottom of the lows. You're back up at the highs again, and then just kind of chopping around within this range. Relatively flat, relatively boring, and that's because it's an extremely overcrowded trade right now. Everyone is expecting a breakout. So everyone is positioning themselves and then just keeps getting chopped up. So yeah, it's one of those where you either trade the highs and the lows of the range and you just take scalp trades, get in and out quickly, without really trying to get too much in the middle here, or you just wait patiently, see which way things are going to go, and then once we hit like a more important area, like 40k is just psychological. There's nothing really that technical here. Yes, we hit the daily level, okay, and the daily level is very important on this, but we did have the rejection off of that, and now we're just chopping around it. So I can just bring on the daily level onto my chart, and you can see that just here. You can see that we've hit it once, we've come through, we've deviated, we've come back down, we've hit it again, and that's going to continue to be a little bit of resistance. But I do think if we can start to reclaim this daily open, get this kind of moving on, then we will eventually see that break up and we'll come into this area of liquidity up here. Now, if we do get like a little fake out, we come back below daily open, we're probably looking back down towards this weekly level as well. So yeah, various scenarios that could play out today. And again, because it's such a crowded trade, because everybody is trying to trade this right now at the highs of the range, everyone is trying to long at the very top of a range that we've been in for the last like almost like 3 months. So risky stuff, and this could quite easily roll over, trap everyone up here, and we can go back down. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. I do still think we get this push up, but come on, if you're just starting to take long positions here and you've got basically maximum like a 4% move before things get starting to get really like big resistance above us that could really send us back down, it's a risky play to take, okay? And I think it's gonna, a lot of traders are gonna get very messed up on a breakout when it does occur, whether that is people trying to short up here or whether that is people getting trapped in longs up here. I do not know yet, okay? So either way, I do think we're about to see big volatility coming into the market. If we get a push up here, whoever wins, the bulls or the bears at this point, I think could see quite quickly a very large move happen from this. So yeah, I think that's just basically my thoughts on the I guess the next day or two. I do think this gets some resolution on it fairly soon, but yeah, just a quick look at the chart today, I guess. So what we've done so far, we had this move down on daily open, so we had the daily open here, had a quick move up, then underneath the daily open, reclaim this VWAP, and we're still holding above this VWAP now. So this does favor a move up out of here. I would be more inclined to position myself into a long out of this, at least to the top of the range, but it's one of those things where you've got to be in and out quite quickly at the moment, because again, very overcrowded, things could get chopped up quite easily. So just don't allow the market to turn against you. If we have a look on here, we do kind of have this like bearish divergence, I guess, forming. So if you look at the highs here, price has been just moving down, but CVD's been moving up. actually, to me, that more signals that this is leading. Okay, so we're not really getting like a clear divergence that's being put in. I think anyone that calls this bearish divergence, that is wrong, because more often than not, this is leading this divergence. So I would personally say that I think the fact that there is much more buying going on, but price has been going down, means I think people are positioning themselves for this to break up higher. Now, obviously, this could roll over because we do have a higher high on the CVD compared to where we were here with a lower low in price. But I would not say this is so much a divergence. I would expect this to continue at this stage higher. Really, the divergence would be if you got like two clear peaks like this, and if we're in a trend, which we're not, we're just range bound consolidation. Okay, so if we're range bound consolidation, you see stuff like this, more often than not it is leading. However, if you see things that are more in a trend, then you can trade against that and look for divergences on that trend. So yeah, that's first of all not bearish divergence for me. On the TPO, we have a very wide initial balance for the day, so we can see we had a big move up on open and then a big move down in the following half hour candle. Okay, so we do have a very wide initial balance, and that's going to be quite hard to break out through. So you can see coming back below, it immediately comes back through, comes to the top of your initial balance and back into the point of control for the day. So it's a difficult range to break out of here. It's going to need volume, it's going to need size to break out of that, so we're going to need some volume if we're going to come up here and test these highs again. But I do think that, I mean, we've been in a consolidation for quite a long time now. I do think that we will see that volume coming in later on today. We'll have to wait and see. What else can we look at? We have still naked point of control below us here, which is an area of confluence if this was to break down. We'll forget about these ones for now. They can, again, I think the range did all it needs to do. So at this stage, not so concerned about points of control below us, because yeah, we'd have to come back down and start to change market structure, and then we can start to look at these lower down, but not yet. Okay, not ready for looking at those yet. And on here again, this showing this increase in CVD that's going on, so the increasing delta here. Yeah, it looks like this is attempting or building for a move higher at this stage. Open interest increasing as well. So this is what I mean yesterday. Look at the open interest. Just look at this. So just consistently, everyone trying to trade, so overcrowded. Okay, so people getting like really opening big positions and then immediately getting stopped out of them on both sides, longs and shorts. Okay, incredibly choppy, very flat. So this was longs and shorts both trying to position themselves into moves, and then the market's just like, nope, not having any of that, chop up and then come straight back down, wipe everybody out of their positions, and then continue on as normal. Now, once again, we're getting this increase in open interest, but it's a bit more controlled. I don't think people are as frantic today expecting a breakout, which to me means it's more likely to occur. So if we do come up into this liquidity area, I know I'm going back and forth like crazy at the moment today, I'm just talking. If we do come up into this liquidity, this is when things get really interesting. So I went over this on yesterday's update, I think. Basically, we have a big area of just a big void above us. Okay, so everything within this area is very like low volume. There's not really any historical resistance there to speak of. So it's just going to depend on the volume we actually get once, if and when we do get up here. And then we'll just have to see. Basically, it becomes a battle then. Okay, so you'll have probably like half of the market trying to short this because they're shorting it. It's the high of the range. Okay, it's taking out these highs, maybe even taking out these highs. They will be trying to short this to get a move back down to the low of the range. But then on the other hand, you're going to have people thinking of this as a breakout and then trying to long this higher. So it just becomes a real battle. There will be so many people, like the entire market, any trader will probably be trying to trade this. I personally will probably just, I mean, I'm positioned in a long, but I wouldn't be opening anything fresh at this stage. I would allow the market to tell me what to do, what it's going to do. So we're either going to see this really squeeze up because there'll be so many people trying to short it before it gets confirmation of a swing failure pattern. Okay, so maybe it price comes up into this area and people are like, oh, short it, oh, short it, oh, short it, oh, short it, and it never comes back down. There is the possibility that that could happen. And then on the other side, this could come up and people are like, look, it's a breakout, let's long it. And then boom, comes all the way back down. And then we get a nice opportunity to take a short off of that. So you just got to allow the market to tell you what is happening there. Do not trade it too early. Just let the market tell you what's happening. And for that, you're looking at imbalances, you're looking at volume coming in. You'd want to see a big increase in volume here, especially if this is going to go higher. If we do not see a big increase in volume, the chances are we come back below and then we can trade that as a deviation from the highs again and bring it back down. So, yeah, I will try to cover this if we do get this later on today. I know I tried to yesterday. We were so close. And then because we didn't get the volume in, of course, it came all the way back down again here. But yeah, I'm positioned in a long from the low of this range. And we'll see what happens. So that's about everything to go over on Bitcoin. Altcoins will follow. So Ethereum at support. Okay, so ETH BTC at support. I'm fairly bullish on ETH at the moment. Again, hit this monthly open, so we are seeing that move up on Ethereum as well. And we'd be looking really, again here, probably if Bitcoin breaks up, we'd be looking at Ethereum going higher as well. And realistically, there's not that much between here and this daily level at 2,580. So because ETH BTC is right at support, okay, that could quickly pop up. And if Bitcoin gets a move up as well, then maybe both of these could move together and Ethereum could be the better play here. Alternatively, if this support breaks, then I do see Ethereum coming back down to this area around, well, 0.05 Bitcoin. So I do think it's at like the last point of support right now. We either see, again, it really depends on Bitcoin volatility. How strong is Ethereum? Is it strong enough to keep up? In which case, if it does keep up, I think it will outpace. Or will Bitcoin take over and get that volatility and that excitement that Bitcoin needs, which will see, I guess, ETH/USD remain about the same. And the BTC pair coming down to this 0.05 area. Again, very hard to call this one. It's right at support. It could very easily crack and go lower, but it could also get this bounce. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. Litecoin in a very similar position, like right at this support, depending on what Bitcoin wants to do. I mean, Litecoin has this going for it as well. I mean, all the alts have something like this right now. You could just draw these wedges on just about anything. There are so many going on. So yeah, I think everything looks like fairly similar. Again, Link, you can see it's a descending wedge, okay? In an area of support. So we are just going to have to watch this. But if I'm going to go crystal balling this and just looking at the charts, what I actually at this stage think is more likely to happen is we do pop up here and we do, I think, yeah, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. But maybe slight possibility that the bulls do win this round and we do see a range being put in between that 42 and that 46k area. And once we get up there, I think alts could pop off and really get a nice move I do think we maybe if we do get this move up to 42 to 46k, and we can put a range over there, I do think we get another little mini alt season, and that would be really good fun to trade. It's been a while since anyone since the bulls have been rewarded, but hey, we'll have to wait and see. I am not going to get bullish too soon. We will trade this level by level, but from what I'm seeing and the way that the market is positioning itself, everything is kind of aligning at the moment for this to happen. However, I will be one of those traders looking to short this if we do get a move down. So if the market doesn't want to do that, I will be positioned to really take advantage of that, and I would be looking at much lower prices as well. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. It would be nice to get that range up here. If we do get that range up here, it would probably trigger another alt season. But I'm very prepared to really wreck everyone's dreams as well. Sorry, bulls. I will just trade what the market gives me. Anyway, that is a lot of rambling on that I've done today. And yeah, I'm going to end that there before I start talking again. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye!